Hey everybody, welcome to the Juicy Fuego channel. My name's Jerry, and right now I'm going to do a 7-day fragrance rotation. So, Sunday, I decided to wear Gentleman by Givenchy. So, this is a very basic type of fragrance with an iris note, but I believe they use orris. It's beautiful, soft scent that can be pulled off very easily, but it's kind of generic. So, I do enjoy it, and it kind of was my segue into fragrances like that. I would have never bought Valentino Uomo Intense had I not tried this first. Now, I had smelled Givenchy Gentleman. This one, I smelled the Eau de Parfum, and I also smelled the cologne. And I love the cologne, and I really like the Eau de Parfum. But for whatever reason, it was right before fall. And this one had the pear note, and this was more suited for the fall, and the Eau de Parfum was actually, in my opinion, more suited for winter at that time. And if I could go back in time, I would have just went with the Eau de Parfum instead of this one. But this one had a smaller bottle. It was less of a risk, so to speak, so I ended up getting a 50 ml in this. I don't regret it, but I do regret not getting the Eau de Parfum as well in addition to this. But rest assured, the Eau de Parfum is in my sights to be a part of my collection so that I can tell you guys what my opinions are on the differences of both. But this is a beautiful fragrance. However, it is generic. There are probably better ones out there that you can grab instead of this. Now, Sunday evening, and I'm just going to be honest with you right up front, I tend to wear day fragrances and night fragrances every day. I get a huge rotation in. I think later on in my fragrance journey I might simplify it up a bit. To let you know, there is a storm going on outside. If I don't have the heater running, I'm going to be freezing. So you're going to hear that in the background. At night, I went ahead and put on Pure Malt. I love this fragrance. It's boozy. It's got that malt whiskey note in it. It's sweet. It's got that fruity vibe to it. Oh, this is just a lovely scent, and it's perfect for going out with your friends. All right, so the next day, what I put on was Valentino Uomo Intense. And this is just, like I said, the segue. I have been wearing more iris fragrances lately, and I think it's just because I'm wanting to compare them, and that is why I wore this one. I have worn this one before, along with Gentleman. I've worn this more than Gentleman. I do enjoy this quite a bit more, and I do say, like, I've never worn Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense yet. I have had my nose on Dior Homme, and I have to say that this one's really nice. Now, I haven't smelled Dior Homme Intense, so I mean, I don't know how it compares, but this is a beautiful fragrance. I love it, and definitely going to get more wears out of me this season. In the evening, I could have just resprayed that, but I decided after a full day, and I did work, and just so you know, I said Sunday for this one. That was actually a Saturday, and I put this on Sunday, and I did work both days during the day. In the evening, I decided to put on Dolce & Gabbana, the Royal One. This fragrance is lovely. It's got oud, and I'm sure it's probably a synthetic oud, but I can smell it right now through the atomizer. Just that little bit of an animalic woody note. This is a very seductive fragrance. You thought that Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum, was seductive. This one is just slightly more seductive, and it does last longer. So the Eau de Parfum lasts about 5 hours for me, 4.5, 5 hours. This one, or 5.5 hours, somewhere around there. This one will last about an hour longer on my skin, and you can extend that to about another hour if you spray on clothes. I still spray heavy. I spray heavy with my Dolce & Gabbana, the ones. There is a reason why I get the huge 5-ounce bottles. That is the reason. All right, on Monday, my first day of the regular work week, and I went to my job smelling like Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo signature. And at the end of the day, I love this coffee note. I was really feeling the vibe of Monday. I had my coffee that I drank, I had my coffee smell, and I decided to smell more like coffee and sprayed it on it again. So on Tuesday, I got some goodies in the mail the previous day, and I decided that I was going to try out Prada L'Homme Intense, another iris one. This is a beautiful iris. Something about Prada fragrances that use iris, they're just super luxury. Now, a lot of these scents that use the iris, Dior Homme, you have the Valentino Uomos, and then you have the Pradas, they're very luxury smelling. Like you have to be dressed up to wear them. As far as Prada goes, obviously I wore it with what I had, and I wore it to work, and my work, you don't have an opportunity to get too dressed up because some of it requires you to be physical on the job. Lovely scent though. I rocked it. Did not receive any compliments for that one. In fact, as out of all the ones, I think the compliment, I got some compliments on Pure Malt, and that was about it. Now this one, in the evening, I ended up putting on Armani Code Profumo. I do keep this with me. This stays in my bag when I go to work. Oh, I always get compliments for this one too. This one is one of the most beautiful scents. This is the small one I keep in my bag. At home, I end up keeping the big one. And I haven't been using this as much as the small one just because I have it with me all the time. Alright, so Wednesday was a fragrance one day for me. Because at work, I wore Office for Men, and yes, I have the white bottle, or the clear bottle, not the white bottle. And, you know, I've gotten the craziest compliments with this one. I've had people at work smell me from 10 feet away from a sillage, and I've had the fragrance on for like 5 hours before that happened. It's a very pleasant, mass appealing scent. It's your perfect smart reach for, like, I don't know what to wear. You can wear this. You can wear this. This is a very versatile scent. It's clean. People are going to like it. So I wanted to pair it up with Date for Men, so I did. And I'll be honest with you, out of these two fragrances, they kind of grow on you after you wear them for a while. And I've worn Office for Men quite a bit. As you see, I got quite a bit good dent in there. And I have another bottle of it as well. But Date for Men, for me, it's nothing super groundbreaking about it. But I really like the vibe that it's given off. Now, I know that people say it's a mix of this and it's a mix of that. I personally don't really care for Ultramall as much as other people do. And I'm actually open to potentially giving that fragrance another try. And I might actually just put it on tonight, but I had another fragrance in mind for this evening. Maybe it's something that I'm going to wear another day in the next couple of days, is Ultramall, just to give it more of a chance. But this does have a similar vibe, but I like how more rounded this is, and this one just seems a little higher quality than Ultramall 2. They're not the exact fragrance, just like other reviewers have said, and I tend to agree with them as well. Because if it was the exact same thing, I think I would probably be turned off by it. Alright, so on Thursday, I decided to go with Bulgari Man Black Orient. This is a lovely fragrance. Lovely fragrance. And I did receive a compliment with this. Oh, it's just so good. I'm so happy I picked this one up. This is probably... I'm not convinced yet that it's the best in the line. As far as flankers go, it's one of the top ones. It gets a lot of hype as being a really good one, and you can still get it for super cheap. So definitely go buy this one when you can. And because it is cheap, I'm going to probably get myself a backup bottle. I really do like this one. And I've always had good luck with Bulgari. Bulgari, you know, in the summertime, I wore a lot of Aqua Amara and Aqua Atlantique, and I've gotten massive amount of compliments from both of those. All right, in the evening, I could have resprayed that one and wore it, and I actually considered it, but I went ahead and went with Thierry Mugler Pure Havane. This has a lovely tobacco accord in it, and it's a little bit smoky. It's beautiful. It's kind of more subtle than Pure Malt. Like, Pure Malt will last a little bit longer, in my opinion. At least on my skin, Pure Malt will last like maybe an hour or two longer. So this one's like a shorter lasting fragrance. I mean, maybe it's something to do with the batches. I'm not sure. But I love this fragrance, and the scent is just, it's more subtle. So I would say it's closer to your skin, but I think that it has a good sillage, and I haven't tested it enough because I didn't give it that much of an opportunity, because I didn't go out and do anything. I didn't do the things that I was doing on that particular day, didn't give it any credence. And you know, I would assume that this would get compliments too, because people say that it gets tons of compliments. I'm probably going to wear it next week to the office to see how it does there. All right, so today, Friday, I wore a fragrance, and I enjoyed getting wafts of this all day. I didn't get any compliments, but I did enjoy it. Valentino Uomo, the original. This scent has a nutty accord, but that iris really pops out. It pops out a lot. And this scent is just complete, gorgeous, and beautiful. And I'm glad that I ended up finally getting it. I smelled it before, so it was not a blind buy, but definitely enjoy this one. Tonight, I have not sprayed anything on yet, but hey, it's been a Thierry Mugler week, so I figured I'd end it up in a Thierry Mugler way, and I'm going to spray on Pure Tonka. So that's it, guys. Those are my fragrance rotation for the last 7 days. I'm going to try to do more of these, and all I have to do is line them up, and you know, I get a lot of fragrances in. I even tested some fragrances in between. I'd come home from work, I would need to take a shower, I would hold off on the shower, I would spray my arms with different fragrances, and then just chill and sit down for about an hour or two, wait for the dry down, and just kind of see where they were at. I kind of do that sometimes. That's not part of the rotation. I'd go take a shower, and then I would put on my scent of the evening. The only problem is a couple of fragrances were a little bit stronger than I anticipated. One of those fragrances was this one right here, because I did test it before I wore it, and then I ended up saying, you know what, I'm still kind of smelling it, I'll just wear it. So that was the one. I tested it the same day, and then I wore it the same day. All right, so that's it, guys. I'm going to do more of these videos. I saw Max Forte do a Scent Explorer video on the fragrances that he found, his best discoveries at Scent Explorer, and I tell you what, I have a few of those as well, and I'm looking forward to doing a video on just that as soon as possible. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.